They're going up against Alabama State or St. Francis. Doing a live stream of my reaction to the selection show. Unfortunately, I don't have the graphics this year. Louisville at an 8. Okay.
They won 19 more games than a year ago back in the dance for the first time since 2019.
Who are they playing? That's a good 8-9. Louisville and Creighton at the 8-9. That's a good matchup. Okay, I'm excited for that. These games are in Lexington, okay. Michigan is the 5. That's okay.
They've got a lot to celebrate, but they got to be wondering, did we just win the Big Ten title? How come we're a 5 seed? I'm a little surprised to see them that low. Not a great move there.
That is a little low to me, too. UC San Diego, the first NCAA tournament bid for the Tritons, 30-4. I'm excited about that. Michigan and UC San Diego, that could be a good one.
In the country when you talk about forcing turnovers and scoring the basketball. We move on to the 4 versus 13 game. And it's
A&M at the 4.
They got their first ever win over
That's high.
history when they defeated Auburn earlier this year. They're in the same region.
That's definitely high for A&M.
And they will face
Yale. That's a Yale upset. I'm picking an upset there.
That is a tough matchup. Texas A&M had a great
Yeah, I honestly think it will be Michigan and Yale coming out of that.
So is Texas A&M.
All right, we go to the bottom half of the South region now.
Bottom half of the South. Who's to say? These games are in Milwaukee. Ole Miss. Okay, so Illinois is not assigned to that Milwaukee, to those Milwaukee games. No! No! You did not! You did not put UNC in! That's terrible! That's awful!
North Carolina is your
That's awful!
12 quad 1 record. They got in because of their non-conference strength of schedule, which was the 5th strongest in the country, but that's going to be a big-time topic.
Why?
All right, to the 3 seed. Playing on Friday.
That's so stupid. Iowa State is the 3, okay. That's fair. I thought they'd be a 2.
They will face
Lipscomb.
Bisons, the guys from Nashville.
Out of, I think, the ASUN, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, those games are in Milwaukee. That'll be fun. Marquette's the 7. I think that's fair.
The Smarts team is the 7 seed, and they will face the New Mexico Lobos.
New Mexico at that 10.
Donovan Dent helping
Knock, knock.
conference coach of the year.
Donovan Dent, Cam Jones.
Marquette, New Mexico. I like that. Who's the 2? Michigan State. So I'm not angry about it this year. Michigan State at that 2.
Remarkable season for Michigan State. Not really on anybody's radar screen to start the season. Work themselves into a 2 seed by how well they perform. And they will face, to get things going,
Bryant at the 15. I like that. I've had Bryant at the 15 line all season.
Junior. So let's zoom out now on the
Okay, let's look at the entire region real quick. Auburn's the overall number 1. They've been there all year. I like Louisville and Creighton at that 8-9. That'll be a fun 8-9.
Not only Michigan in the first round.
Possible upsets here. I could see Yale beating A&M. I honestly think they will. And I like Michigan. Here's Brazil. Okay. UC San Diego's good, man. Their first year in D1, they made the tournament, and they're going to face Michigan. Ole Miss against either San Diego State, I think that's fair, but UNC is fraud. How did they get in? How? That doesn't make sense. Iowa State, Lipscomb at that 314. I like Marquette, New Mexico at that 710. That could be a good game. That's in Cleveland. And then you got Michigan State and Bryant. Dude, I'm really hoping Illinois is in the next region. Hello, Wolf1393. I'm really hoping Illinois is in the next region because the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8 are in Indianapolis. I doubt they're going to make it there, but hey, you can always hope.
Later in the show, the Capital One NCAA.
Anyways, I'm going to edit this.
Official bracket game of NCAA March Madness for both the men's and women is almost ready for your picks. Get your bracket started at play.ncaa.com. We'll reveal the East region when the men's basketball championship selection show continues. A quarter of the 68-team field is set. Dozens of teams across the country, including Liberty, BYU, SIUE, McNeese, and High Point, await their fate.
Oh wait, their fate is crazy.
The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Selection Show is sponsored by
There.
AT&T.
Just getting a logo in here. March Madness 2025.
What's in your wallet?
Just editing this real quick.
Coke Zero Sugar. Can work is thirsty work. Best Coke ever.
Oh, not again.
There, that should get me more viewership for sure. Knowing that that's a reaction.
Let's settle this. Blimp on blimp.
There.
Souped up the blimp earned double miles with the Capital One Venture Card.
Bling, bling. Oh, Magic Championship rings up lightning.
Well, deploy our ring.
We don't have rings. Okay, I get it. That was a clean block.
That doesn't make sense. How did UNC get in? That just doesn't make sense to me.
Save you 15% or more on car insurance. Did the little piggy cry wee all the way home?
I'm really hoping Illinois gets assigned to Milwaukee.
Lex. Lex. You're home.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Mrs. A.
Switch and save. Get more with
Hello, the local Seaboard ex-Michigan vehicle. So, unfortunately, folks, I do not have the graphics this year, or the spreadsheet. I didn't make it because I didn't feel like it. Hopefully, I'll bring it back next year, but for now, this is how it's done. So, let's talk a little bit about what's been revealed. I'm sure there are live bracket updates out there.
The most money back on your time. Now this.
Yes. Okay, so the South region, it has Auburn as the overall number one. Why have you never seen an H1 lead? Good question. I don't know. I asked that a question for me. I'm gonna tilt that down slightly. There, I think that's a little better. Auburn at the 1 overall. Louisville and Creighton, that's a good 8-9. I'm excited about that. Michigan, UC San Diego, and then Texas A&M Yale are the 5-12 and the 4-13. I think A&M's high. I think Michigan's low. Those two can easily be swapped. Ole Miss, I think, is fair to 6. And then there's a plan. Where are the plans? Oh, they're down here. So the first plan at the 16 was Alabama State and St. Francis. But for some reason, UNC is in that 11 seed plan against San Diego State against Ole Miss. I haven't had them in all season. Iowa State Lipscomb's the 3-14. Marquette, New Mexico is going to be a good 7-10. And then we got Michigan State and Bryant. Okay, they just came back. Adam Zucker and crew. All right, here we go.
And its corporate champion, Coke Zero Sugar.
I think you saw H1 this January. I did. Anyway, okay, Duke. Duke gets the number 1 seed in the East. Oh, yeah, it's the East region. Okay. All right, these games are in Raleigh, North Carolina, first and second round games on Friday. When are those Milwaukee games?
They will be watching the first 4 matches.
American and Mount St. Mary's is the other 16 seed plan.
St. Mary's out of the Mount St. Mary's Metro Atlantic
When is this game?
Conference champions.
Is that game on Thursday or Friday?
Features Mississippi State, led by Josh Hubbard.
Mississippi State at the 8. That's fair. I think that's fair.
Since 1991.
I'm just trying to figure out when this Lipscomb versus Iowa State game is.
They will face the 9th
Who's the
seed
9?
Baylor.
Baylor.
2021 national champs.
I think Mississippi State wins that one easily.
More Friday
I don't think Baylor's that great.
Seattle.
Oregon at the 5. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. I thought they'd be a little lower, but they went on a little bit of a hot streak to end the year.
In their inaugural Big Ten season.
Liberty at the 12. I think Oregon's winning that.
Against the Flames.
I'm sorry. I think Oregon wins that pretty easy.
When you don't. That's the 5-12 matchup.
Who's the 4? These are on Friday in Seattle. Arizona at the 4. I think that's fair. I think I've had them at a 5 all year.
They will face the 13 seed
Akron, John Gross revenge game. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. That may or may not be upset potential. Hello, Alicia Wilson.
There you go.
I like Arizona. Okay, who's the 6? I feel like Illinois could go here. Nope, BYU. Okay, I gotta. If they could put Illinois in Cleveland. What's up, Alicia? BYU is at the 6, so they're gonna be playing on Thursday probably. Yep, they're playing on Thursday. These are in Denver. Ooh, VCU. I think out of the America East, if I remember correctly. The overall number 1 is Auburn, and the number 1 in this current region being revealed, the East, is Duke. Okay, BYU, VCU, and Denver. That's an interesting 6-11. The 3 is Wisconsin. Okay. They just were the runner-up in the Big Ten tournament. They're good. I'm telling you, they're good.
Time to clap again. I know they just fell to Michigan in the Big Ten championship.
They're good.
John Tonje, a star to watch.
We beat them in December.
The 14 seed.
Montana. Oh, that's interesting.
Sky champs who come in having
Ooh, Montana against Wisconsin. That's in. Huh. I feel like I'm going to pick Wisconsin. Okay. Thank God they didn't put Illinois in Cleveland. St. Mary's is the 7. I think that's fair. Might be a little. I think I've had them at an 8 recently. Oh, that's interesting. St. Mary's and Vanderbilt. I'm excited about that one. That's a good game. That's Friday in Cleveland.
Not only in the bracket, but not being in the first 4 shows the respect for the SEC. 5-9 in quad 1.
Wow.
Tennessee and Kentucky at home put them in.
There you go. The 2 seed in the East. The regionals will be in Newark. It's the number 1 scoring team.
Alabama's the 2. That's bad. I think Bama should be a 1.
Put it up. Nate Oates leading the tie to their first Final Four.
Oh, those Milwaukee games are on Friday. Okay, and Robert Morris gets the 15. Out of the, I can't remember what conference they're in. The CAA, I think. Don't quote me on that. Duke and Auburn, they both good. Yeah, you don't say. Okay, so Duke's the number 1 in this region. They're going to face the winner of American and Mount St. Mary's, who's back in the dance. Mississippi State, Baylor's, that looks like a fun 8-9. I think Mississippi State's going to win that one by like maybe 10. Oregon's beating Liberty. And I think Akron has upset potential against Arizona. That'll be a good game. That'll be another good 4-13.
That is one heck of a matchup. Don't dismiss or discount.
All right, show me the other side. Show me the bottom half of this region. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Let's go. Come on. They're not showing it. Come on.
See what we got.
BYU VCU at the 6-11. I'm excited about that. There are some good matchups in this region. Illinois Milwaukee still alive?
Getting by this one is going to be tough because these are 2 great teams.
Hey, you like points, and you guys know I do. This is the region for you. Are you kidding me? Duke, Arizona, BYU, Wisconsin, Alabama, St. Mary's is the fly in the ointment there. I actually think BYU has enough to get to the Elite 8. That's what I'm calling here.
Wow. BYU to the Elite 8, huh? You like offense.
I like offense, yeah. And I don't like Alabama right now.
All right. I'll tell you what. BYU, Wisconsin, that could be a really good second-round game if they both win. Still waiting on SIUE, McNeese, Maryland, Houston, High Point, and UNC, whatever the heck. I can't remember. Illinois could be in Milwaukee. So, okay, you know what? That means Florida's the 1. They just won the SEC. So, yeah, they're going to be a 1. I retract what I said about Alabama. I retract that. Don't. So yeah, Illinois and Milwaukee still alive.
another tip from the tool shop. How to deliver big.
Sabrina, are you ready to deliver big?
Like a little dagger 3 to win, am I right?
Not quite. Hello.
Jack, you got your Hollywood delivery. It's on its way.
Fans hate it when you
Just
can't
waiting
deliver.
on the commercials here. All right, let's look at the region. I got to move this slightly. So, let's look at the region. It should be on here. I'm going to zoom out. Duke is the one, of course. Of course, Duke and Auburn, they're both good, yeah. Only one play-in in this region. That means, so there's only one play-in left, and it's an 11. Which could very well be like an Indiana. Indiana could be in that play-in, I don't know. There's two regions left, the Midwest and the South. They're probably going to give Florida the South. And okay, who would be the one in the Midwest? My mind is not clicking right now. Who would that be? It could be like a Tennessee. No, I don't think it's going to be Tennessee.
Can you see a picture yet?
Not yet.
Not yet! Come on now!
What's that?
Just streaming the game.
Innovation changes everything.
Go left. Go left. Go left.
It's back.
With one
There.
investment, you can access the NASDAQ 100 innovators who are rethinking the world. Before investing carefully, read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more. Prospectus at Invesco.com. The NCAA
Should be a smooth connection here.
to do more for today's student athletes. The NCAA programs deliver $4 billion in scholarships every year. Those D1 scholarships are now guaranteed. Health and well-being services are mandatory. Student athletes get tutoring as well as financial literacy coaching because almost everyone is going pro. in
Man, my
some
allergies are
instance.
killing me, man.
The NCAA, driving change to do more
Not
for
fun.
today's student athletes.
Hey, stay with me. I have a kangaroo. Find this woman based on what we see on the screen, or she dies. We have to work fast. Her sepsis has progressed to septic shock.
She's groaning like someone coming out of a fire.
There has to be something that we can do.
Watch it. It's all new CBS tonight and stream on Paramount Plus.
Hopefully they put Illinois in Milwaukee. So the only hope for us going to Milwaukee is if we're a 7. I say us, Illinois. I go to Illinois, just FYI. That's where I go to school. I'm home for spring break. I know I'm backlit, but that's just how the lights are arranged here. All right, here we go. Number 1 seed. I assume this is the Midwest. Houston gets the 1 seed in the Midwest. I do not like being in their bracket. Crap, I don't like that at all. Houston gets the 1 seed in the Midwest region. Okay, these games are in Wichita. Thursday in Wichita.
Second in scoring defense now.
This is likely SIUE.
The guys from Evansville, bypassing the first 4.
I'm glad they got past the first 4. They're good. I like SIUE. I'll be rooting for them. We beat them. Gonzaga at the 8. I think that's fair. I think an 8 is fair for the Zags.
There was talk about Gonzaga probably falling.
I think last year they were at a 5, and I called that high. I think an 8 is fair. I think last year I would have had Gonzaga at like a 6 or a 7. I think an 8 is fair.
Really high octane offensively and one of the best point guards in the country.
Who are they going to get? Who's that 9? Who is it? Georgia.
Florida.
What?
And St. John's.
Huh.
They go for their first
Okay.
win since 2002. To Providence on Thursday.
Clemson at the 5.
Clemson. The Tigers set a
I think that's fair.
27 wins, had a winning ACC road record for the first time since 19.
Clemson's good, man. They've been solid. I think I've had them at like, I'm trying to remember where I've had them. I think I've had them at a 6.
12 seed is.
Oh, shoot. I'm high on McNeese, man. I don't know if they'll beat Clemson, but that'll be a good game. That'll be a good game.
The 4 seed is last year's
Purdue at a 4?
Big Ten Player of the Year.
Purdue's too high.
And in Providence, they will face High Point.
High Point at the 13, okay.
Oh, wow, look at that reaction.
Look at High Point's reaction. I believe this is their first bid.
Overcoming a 15-point deficit.
All right, Purdue versus High Point. I'm going to pick High Point, man. I don't think Purdue is that great.
In every way.
Come on, scroll down. Friday in Milwaukee. All right, here we go.
To get to the regionals in
Yes! Yes!
the 6th seed.
Illinois and Milwaukee. Woo!
Injury and illness forcing Brad up.
Illinois is in Milwaukee on Friday. Oh, it's on Friday.
And they will be watching
Never mind. I can't go.
Texas against Xavier in the first four.
I can't go.
1-9 in quadrant one, which means that Xavier and North Carolina both in the tournament in combined 2 and 21 in quad one. And how about Texas? They had 7 quad one wins, but they were underwater in quad
Well,
two.
I guess I can't go to that game. Even though it's only 2 hours away from my house, I can't go.
Same guys all season long, SEC,
I want to.
SEC.
They're going to face either Texas or Xavier.
Number 3 seed.
Who's the 3? Kentucky.
SEC, the
That's high.
revealed from the conference. Without a single player back from last year, Mark Pope, captain of that 96 title team, has them at a 3 seed, and they will face
Who's the 14?
Trojans.
Troy.
The school's first ever Sun Belt Player of the Year, Tayton Connerway. So look out there.
But I thought those games were on Friday. That doesn't make sense.
UCLA in their first.
I thought the
season
other games were on
in
Friday.
the conference in scoring defense.
Or did I
as
screw-
Cronin has surpassed the 500 win mark, and
I did screw up.
3 straight tournament appearances for Utah.
Time is not enough. Okay, UCLA and Utah State at the 7-10.
Seed in Lexington will be
Tennessee's the 2. I think that might be a little high, but sure.
the number 1 spot in the AP
Whatever.
rankings. For 5
Ah, good old
reasons,
Igor
they
Milicic.
transfer again this year.
I still have PTSD with Tennessee.
North Florida.
Who's that 15? Wolford.
The 15
Back in the dance. I think this is their first time in the dance since 2019, I think it was.
Had a dramatic chance
Okay, there's one region left.
and make it back to the tournament for the first time in several years.
And they have the dramatic.
So we know who Illinois is playing. We know when Illinois is playing, which is on Friday.
Region, Jay, what draws your attention?
Well, look at the
I was
top
really hoping they'd be on Thursday because we have plans on Friday.
First of all, as an 8 seed is a really tough matchup, right? But the second round game, imagine Houston as a 1 seed would get Gonzaga in their next game. Those 1-8 games.
Or Georgia. I mean, Georgia's been
Like,
impressive.
bruh.
All right, everybody, I got my slingshot out. Ready? Ready on the sling Goliath. McNee says the 12 seed, Will Wade, moves on. Shock of the tournament, High Point, takes down Purdue. High Point.
Yeah, I was just saying that. High Point takes down Purdue.
Bottom of the bracket. Mild upset. I like
There.
your top pick, to beat UCLA. At the end of the day, I think you're going to see a lot of SEC with Kentucky and Tennessee. And then Tennessee going to the Elite Eight. Is that enough for you, Clark?
That's a ton right there. You went real nice.
Kentucky's too high.
I mean, you went very much slingshot.
I think Kentucky's too high.
It's been high octane, extremely impressive. Has hit some bubbles, some turbulence. Because
This is the second year in a row they've overseeded Kentucky.
Because they're as good as anybody, and then you got that Texas Xavier first 4 matchup. Wow, that'll be a good one.
All right, of course, one quadrant still remains. Several teams remain on edge. Among those still waiting, Maryland, UNC Wilmington, Drake, and Omaha will reveal the final region when the selection show continues live on CBS.
At AT&T, we confident.
We'll have to see when I don't know when the start times are released.
What we can't guarantee.
But I want to go to that game in Milwaukee.
Too connected.
What up, Chad?
Doubling, oh no.
I texted you guys I was going to
I got fresh first this morning. I thought you said you were gonna wait.
And that's why with AT&T.
But yeah, I need that game to be like a 12 p.m. tip-off.
Full day of service. That's the AT&T guarantee.
But it's probably going to be at like 7 o'clock. And I have plans, man. I'll see what I can do, but Illinois will play either Texas or Xavier. That's a game worth seeing in the first round. But I want to go to that. It's on March 21st. I want to go. I really want to go. Should I look at tickets? I should look at tickets to the game.
The all-new Nissan Armada, starting at $56,520.
Okay, folks, we are back from the break and time to get back into these brackets, revealing the overall #1 seed.
Really? Are you kidding me? They do that every year.
That's why Wendy's uses fresh, never frozen beef. With every burger made fresh for you, not waiting.
They do that every single year. They come back, they do the fake return from commercial.
Totally.
Every time. I hate it.
Fresh this March Madness? Gotta be Wendy's.
Survivor is all new CBS Wednesday 8/7 Central and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Texas Xavier playing.
Right here. Thanks, you too.
If that game in Milwaukee is like a 12 p.m. tip-off, I'm going, no questions asked. But Illinois got assigned Milwaukee, which is what I was hoping for. Because I'm on spring break. I could go. I could go to the game. I could easily go.
We're here. Quick stop.
For taxes, investments, or Medicare, Nelson Corps is here to help.
The NCAA CBS and TNT Sports would like to...
I got nobody in here. This is sad.
NCAA corporate champions and corporate partners for their ongoing support of the NCAA and NCAA student athletes.
When will they announce the start times? That's what I'm wondering. So there are no play-ins left. So there are 16 teams left.
Still some teams and their fans on the edge of their seats as they wait to see if their school makes it.
All right, let's see who gets in.
Ends now. It is time for the final region.
All right.
The tournament brackets from the NCAA.
Show me.
And its corporate champions
Show me
down in the lower left quadrant.
the South region. Florida's the one. That was not a shocker at all. Oh, they're going to Raleigh? Why? They don't have any regional sites in Florida. I think Raleigh. For Florida, the one, I think that's right. Who's the 16? Norfolk State.
As they begin action in Raleigh, North
Okay.
Carolina, the MEAC champs.
Florida's winning by at least 40.
In Raleigh.
UConn at the 8. That's fair. They were a 1 last year. They were the 1 overall. Hey. This year they're the 4th 8. Oklahoma. Where did they come from?
Yeah.
I didn't even have them in mind.
Atlantis, that was the team that was supposedly on the bubble.
Huh.
Number
Illini going to be a 6. That's my prediction. Well, you nailed that. 4609.
SEC.
And that is now 12 teams from the SEC.
All right. Who's the 5? 12. Memphis is the 5.
Memphis won the American
I think that's fair.
Earlier today, without Tyrese Hunter, they have wins over Michigan State, UConn, and Clemson.
Yeah, they got a 6.
They will face 12 seed.
They got a 6 seed in Milwaukee. They'll play either Texas or Xavier. Meanwhile, Colorado State has the 12.
It's a shame they're going to see him against
Mountain West auto bid, I think. I don't remember what conferences any of these teams are in anymore. The 4 is Maryland. Oh, dude. They're underseeded. They're good. Honestly, Kentucky should have been a 4 and Maryland should have been a 3. Dude. When you gonna rail fan Rantoul? I don't know.
From the Terps, and they will face
Grand Canyon University.
the Antelopes.
That's an easy Maryland dub. I'll tell you what. I like Maryland to get to the Elite 8.
Go to the bottom half of the West region for action.
I like Maryland to get out of this. They'll get out of their sub-region. Missouri at a 6. Okay, I think that's fair.
Last year, 10-8. This time around, a top 10 scoring.
Who's the 11?
How about the contrast in styles here?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
The 11th seed is Drake.
Drake.
Program record 30 wins.
When you get a rail fan Rantoul, not sure, but Drake has the 11.
Those Bulldogs are tough. They defend at a high level. Now one of the best players and stack sheet stuffers in the country in Bennett Sturts. This is going to be one that's must-watch TV for me.
Number 1 scoring.
All right, who's the 3?
In the country. The 3 seed in Wichita.
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech,
That's fair.
the highest scoring
I think I've had them in a 3 all year. That's fair.
Led by JT Toppin, who we've seen take over games, a school record 15 conference wins. They were the only team to win at Houston.
UNC Wilmington is the 14.
For the 7th time.
They're going to have their hands full with Tech. All right, 2 more matchups in Providence left. Here's the 7. Kansas.
The streak continues in the tournament for a record.
I think that's a fair place for Kansas at a 7.
And their opponent,
Arkansas. Ooh.
I count, what?
That's going to be a good game. Kansas and Arkansas. I'm excited. I like Missouri Drake also. Upset potential. St. John's 2. I mean, Rick Pitino only knew his team was good. He only knew his team was special about 10 minutes ago. So I don't know. I'm just kidding. St. John's. St. John's beats Kansas. Omaha is the last auto bid. They're the only team left.
After a school record 22 wins, including the Summit.
St. John's, I'm excited about that. Shoot. Start picking some games, folks.
Yeah, I got a mild upset for
All right. I'm going to be done. Have a good one.